Let's install a microSHIFT Cypher drivetrain. The tools you will need are a torque wrench, 5mm hex bit, 5mm hex wrench, 3mm hex wrench, and a chain breaker. First, fold the hood towards the brake lever and loosen the attachment bolt with a 5mm hex wrench. Then slide the shifter onto the handlebar. You want the shifter in a comfortable riding position. A good starting point is to bring the shifter up 6 to 7 degrees from where it is level with the bar. You can also use a straight edge that extends from the lower edge of the drops. Line the bottom of the brake blade with the flat edge. Torque the clamp to 8 Nm with a torque wrench. Now let's install a brake cable. Pull the brake lever towards the handlebar. Then, pass the brake cable through the cable head seat. Make sure the cable head is fully seated in the lever. Route the cable through your 5mm brake housing. Do not use a housing ferrule where the housing meets the shifter. Follow your frame and brake manufacturer's guidelines for proper housing routing and brake setup. Next, let's attach the derailleur to the bike with a 5mm hex wrench. Make sure the B-tension washer is above the derailleur dropout and engages with the B-tension adjustment plate and adjustment screw. Tighten the derailleur fixing bolt to 8 to 10 Nm. With the derailleur installed, we can connect the power cable from the battery to the derailleur. Line up the notch on one side with the groove on the other, and press the cables together. Make sure the arrows line up and tighten the connection. To size the chain, wrap it around the largest cassette cog and chainring, without routing it through the rear derailleur. Stretch the chain tight. Place 2 inner links next to each other on the chainring. Add 1 extra inner link and break the chain there. Now route the chain through the derailleur. Make sure to route it above the derailment prevention plate. Route the chain around the chainring and connect it according to the manufacturer's guidelines. Begin pairing by quickly pressing the connect button on the back of the derailleur. Then press and hold the lower shift button on the shifter. When the blue light disappears, the pairing is complete. You can check the connection by pressing the upper and lower shift buttons on the shifter. The derailleur should move. If pairing does not occur within 1 minute, disconnect and reconnect the cable, and repeat the pairing process. To operate the system, press the shift buttons. The lower shift button moves the derailleur to larger cogs, and the upper shift button moves the derailleur to smaller cogs. If you notice any issues, you can make micro adjustments to the derailleur by switching to tuning mode. To do this, first shift to the smallest cog. Then, press and hold the program button on the inside of the lower shift button. Within 3 seconds, press the lower shift lever as well, and a green light will appear. The shifter is now in tuning mode. Use the buttons to align the guide pulley with the outer edge of the 11-tooth cog. Movement of the derailleur in tuning mode is very minimal, so look closely. A quick press of the lower shift button moves the guide pulley towards the larger cogs, and a quick press of the upper shift button moves the guide pulley towards smaller cogs. Once the center line of the guide pulley is in line with the outer edge of the 11-tooth cog, turn the shifter back into working mode by pressing the program button and then the lower shift button. Now shift through the gear range and confirm that each gear engages correctly. If you find the derailleur is slow to shift to a larger cog, go back into tuning mode and move the pulley towards that larger cog with the lower shift button. If you find the derailleur is slow to shift to a smaller cog, adjust the guide pulley towards the smaller cog by pressing the upper shift button. Do this while in tuning mode. When you're done making those micro adjustments, turn the shifter back to working mode. Next, let's make the B-tension adjustment. Shift to the largest cog and use a ruler to measure the gap between the guide pulley and the largest cog. Turn the B-tension screw until there is a 4 to 6 mm gap between the guide pulley and the tallest tooth of the largest cog. While still in the largest cog, let's make the low limit adjustment. Tighten the low limit screw clockwise until you feel a gentle stop. Then back off the low limit screw counterclockwise 1 full turn. Now shift to the smallest cog and make the high limit adjustment. Once in the smallest cog, tighten the high limit screw clockwise until you feel a gentle stop. Then loosen the high limit screw counterclockwise 1 full turn. The LED light on the shifter also signifies when you need to charge your batteries. If the LED turns yellow, it is time to replace the shifter battery. If you see the LED turn red, then it's time to charge the derailleur battery. To charge your rear derailleur battery, disconnect the battery cable from the rear derailleur. Then connect the battery cable to the charger cable. While charging, the LED light will be red. When charging is complete, the LED will turn green. Unplug the cable as soon as the battery is fully charged. Do not charge the battery in a humid or wet environment. After a period of inactivity, the system will automatically enter standby mode or sleep mode in order to save battery life. After 2 hours of no activity, the system will enter sleep mode. To wake the system from sleep mode, simply press the derailleur button and the system will return to working mode. The shifter uses a CR2032 battery. To replace it, you will need a Phillips head screwdriver and a 3 or 4 mm hex wrench. Start by rolling the hood back. Then use the screwdriver to remove the top cap. Now rotate the brake lever forward so you can see the front of the brake blade in the shifter body. Take your 3 or 4 mm hex wrench and slide it into the lever body. You want the hex wrench to contact the back of the brake lever. This stops the lever from further rotation. Unscrew the 2 screws and remove the battery cover, then pull out the battery. Place the new battery in the battery cover. Make sure the negative side faces away from the bike and the positive towards the bike. There are markings on the cover. Install the battery cover and tighten the screws to about 1.5 Newton meters. Pull the brake lever and remove the hex wrench. Then insert the top cap. Pulling the brake lever can help with this. Finally, tighten the Phillips screw to 1.5 Newton meters. The rear derailleur battery is designed to be inserted into the seat post. Follow your bike and component manufacturer's guidelines for installation and removal of the battery. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at service@microshift.com.